Hey y'all, and welcome back to Abba's Daughters. You guys, I'm so glad to have you back here with me. And we're just going to today have a very candid, open, and honest conversation about not worrying. You guys, I was watching this video on YouTube and I just it really like hit me. You know those moments where it's like God is just speaking directly to you, like through somebody else. So I was watching this young lady's video. She's very, very well known. TikTok, YouTube, I believe her name has Cassie in it, and she always has very encouraging videos. She was talking about not worrying. A lot of times, you guys, we live in states of worry. We live in states of fear, you guys, and I had a point in my life where I was living in my head for years, dealing with anxiety, dealing with depression, dealing with severe anxiousness, and a lot of things will make me anxious. Like, to the average person or person who knows me, they wouldn't ever think that I dealt with anxiety. But you guys, I dealt with it very, very, very bad. Like, it was like to the point where I would just be walking when I was younger and I would just think that people are like judging me or like staring at me, or like it would just be like, it would be very, very tormenting thoughts, or I would have anxious about, oh, what's going to happen in school tomorrow. Like, I was very shy, I was very nervous, I was very anxious. But God has grown me to a point to where he has built my faith so strong to where anxiousness does still happen to me, but I'm able to immediately cast those thoughts down. I'm able to immediately recognize that this is a spiritual attack. And you guys, she said, why worry about something when a lot of times it's nothing that you can do about the situation anyway? Like, you guys, we have to learn that when you are on this faith walk with God, it's about trust. It's about faith. A lot of us will say that we have faith in God, but when it comes to actually showing that you have faith, when it comes to actually being obedient to what God is telling you to do, that's how you know when you truly have faith. That's the true test of faith, you guys. Like, I'm going to go into this testimony, you guys, but when God told me to move to Dallas, that was a true test of faith, because I'm in Indianapolis. That's like an 800-mile move. You know what I'm saying, you guys? I had to have true faith because I did not have a job. I did not have a car. I'm a single mother of 2 kids. Like, how was I going to make it there? But through it, God, he literally, he made a way out of no way. And that is what we have to understand when it comes to being anxious about things. It's no reason for you to be anxious, because I promise you, God has already gone before you, you guys. He's already gone before you in the situation, taken care of the situation. Also, I'm going to talk about my testimony of how I went through a lot of worry and fear. The enemy tried to keep me trapped in worry and fear because, like I told you guys, I did not have a job. So I was not able to pay rent. I was not able to pay bills. By the grace of God, I had the help of my mom, sending me money for bills. And, having the support like that. I know that not everybody has that support, but you have to understand that God will send people and he will send finances into your life to help you. He knows what you need before you even ask him. The Bible says God knows your wants and needs before you even ask. You guys, and it's nothing wrong. I want you to know it's nothing wrong with asking God. It's nothing wrong with talking to God like, Abba, like, I need this bill to be paid. I need you to make a way. I need, diapers for my kids. I need, for my school books to be paid for. You guys, I have so many testimonies of when I trusted God. He told me to do something. I trusted him. And it worked out in my favor. Like when he told me to go back to school, you guys, I had not been to school in years. Like, God told me to go to school for medical billing and coding. I had experience in medical terminology insurance, but I didn't know how I was going to pay for books. I still till that day did not have a job. I was unemployed for you guys, it's so many times. God told me to quit my job in 2021. I had no finances. But God always made a way, and he told me to do certain things strategically in my life for certain reasons. If I had never went back to school, I would have never had a refund check to pay for a part of my move to Dallas. You guys, we have to understand it. I could go into a tangent, but my main point of this is to understand that it's no point in worrying. God will go before you. He will go before the situation. It says in the Bible, he will go before us. And I believe that. I stand 10 toes down on the fact that God will go before you. He will go before you. I can't express it enough. Like, God is so faithful, and how he does things is so just intentional and strategic. And a lot of times we're in our heads, trapped in our minds, worrying. Like, most times it's about finances, you guys. We have a lot of people in this world who are worried about their finances, and I get it. I understand it, you guys. I do. Like, if anybody understands it, I understand it. As somebody who has, God has always found a way to provide for me. And I just want to encourage anybody who's watching this video who you don't have a relationship with God, you don't know God, I encourage you to start. I encourage you to start that relationship, because it truly is the best relationship you will ever have on this earth. It's the only thing that will fulfill you. Because God puts a void in us for relationship with him, that's the only way it can be filled. So we go to external things. A lot of us women, we go to sex, we go to men, we go to shopping, we go to food, we go to everything but God, and not realizing that he's the only thing that can fill us, that can fill those voids deep within our heart that a lot of times were caused during childhood. Let's be real, let's be all the way real. Childhood has caused a lot of trauma for us, but at the same time, we have to take accountability. We can't stay there. We have to ask God for healing and wisdom and guidance on our journeys. Get to know God. Get to know him. Give your life to him, and I promise you, you will see a difference in who you were and who you are. You get what I'm saying, you guys? So we have to trust God with our anxiousness, our anxiety. The Bible says, cast down every high imagination. We have to get to the point where we stop letting our thoughts and our anxiety and our worries control us. We have to get to the point where we no longer depend on our thoughts to negative thoughts. I'm speaking of negative thoughts to rule the course of our lives, to keep us from doing things we know God is calling us to, that we know he is leading us in this direction. But because you have certain fears and anxiety, what if this happens? What if that happens? Just start. Baby, when I first started my TikTok, I didn't know nothing about, like, I would scroll through videos, but I didn't know nothing about putting a caption on the video. Like, I didn't know nothing about, like, the best thing I knew was filters, baby. That was all. But I started, you guys. I didn't know nothing about YouTube when I first started my channel. When I got back on, I was very scared, you guys. Like, I was very scared, but I trusted God. I had so many worries about, well, I don't have the equipment. I don't have this. I don't have that. I have my iPhone. I have a ring light from Five and Below. Like, you guys, it doesn't take much. Just start. I have so many directions this video is going, but what I want to say is that anxiousness and worrying does not add anything to your life. As Jesus said in the Bible, it does not add. What will worrying add? Does worrying add an hour to your life? Does worrying add anything to your life? No, it robs you of your peace. The enemy comes to rob you of your peace of mind. So be mindful of that. The next time you find yourself going down a rabbit hole of thoughts, ask God to clear your mind. Ask God to give you clarity. Ask God to remove those thoughts from you and help you to see clearly. Ask God to prepare you for what he is calling you to do, even if you don't feel equipped. God calls the unqualified. I'm telling you guys, just read the Bible. And I just want to leave you with that message that anxiety robs you. Do not give in to worry, because it's already done. The situation is already handled. I love you guys so much. Peace.